Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me as we continue our journey up the chakras. So today we are focusing on the third eye. So the third eye chakra is located between the brows, kind of just above our eyebrows, and it is associated with the pituitary gland, which is in the middle of the brain. So when we think about the third eye, you can think about that space kind of between the brow, right in the center of your head. And that is where the third eye chakra resides. And the color associated with this chakra is the color blue, a deep, dark indigo blue, almost like a night sky. You could imagine that deep royal blue. And this chakra is very special. It is associated with our sense of intuition, of inner wisdom, inspiration, and creative ideas. So very much like the sacral chakra is connected with creativity, so too is the third eye, where the sacral chakra is more directly related with doing creative things or actively creating, making things. The third eye is more where those creative ideas come from. It's where those inspirations happen. And it's that aha moment when the light bulb goes off and you suddenly have a brilliant idea. That is the creativity of the third eye chakra. And the third eye is kind of part of the gateway that connects us to the realm of infinite possibility, which we will discuss more in the crown chakra. But that third eye is the channel where that creativity and that unlimited potential starts to come in, and we have creative ideas that we can start to work with. So if you are experiencing any blockages in the third eye, you might be feeling uninspired. You might be feeling, a lack of creativity or something like a writer's block where you just can't really move forward. You can't get those ideas out there, or just nothing is coming to you. So if you are working on a project or you need to create something new, but those ideas just aren't coming through, you could follow along with this video, do some work with the third eye chakra, see if you can open up that energy channel and start to get some new ideas flowing. So the essential oil that we're going to be using today is the Console blend. This is a wonderful blend featuring frankincense, ylang ylang, rose oil, and sandalwood. All very high vibration, high frequency oils that can help you to tap into the frequency of this third eye chakra. So we'll start by opening your bottle and just tipping it to apply one drop into the palm of your hand. And rubbing your hands together, you can cover your nose and mouth and take 3 deep breaths. And as you breathe in, try and breathe the essence of these oils up into the third eye. And notice how this oil makes you feel. What changes do you notice? Essential oils can have a very profound effect on the way that we feel and our mental and emotional state. They're very powerful in our practice to help us ground into the present moment. So you could apply this oil across the back of your neck. You could even massage a little bit around your temples, or Just massage that oil right onto your head or into your hair. You can also apply the oil across your chest or to the pulse points on your wrists. And as you feel ready, we will begin our practice in a comfortable seat. So make yourself comfortable as you sit on your mat and sit up nice and tall, lifting and lengthening through the crown of your head. Now we are going to do some work today focusing on our eyes. So the eyes are also associated with the third eye. So it's great to help build some strength and exercise the eyes to help improve your vision, to improve your focus and mental clarity. So from wherever you are in a comfortable seat, we're just going to start with a little bit of eye exercises. So let's begin by just opening your eyes really bright and wide. Just taking in as much light as you can with your big wide eyes. So we stretch the eyes open. Then from here, keeping your chin where it is, you're going to open your eyes wide and just roll your gaze up towards the sky. So you're looking up with your eyeballs with big wide eyes. Then we'll turn your gaze towards the right side, keeping your chin and your head stationary, just working the eyes. Keep your eyes open wide and roll your gaze down. So here, the eyelids naturally want to close, so we try and keep them open. And then we'll turn your gaze towards the left, keeping the chin right where it is. Open your eyes, looking to the left. Then we'll come back to look up. Coming all the way full circle, we look all the way up, and then we're going to move to the left. So keeping the eyes wide and bright, look your gaze, just the eyes, over to the left side. And notice how it feels, maybe feeling a stretch around the muscles in your eyes. And we'll turn the gaze down, remembering to keep the eyelids open wide as you look your gaze down. Then we're going to turn the gaze to the right. Feeling that stretch, opening through the eyes, big wide eyes. Then again, we come all the way up to the top. And from here, we can make some circles with the eyes. So again, open your eyes wide, big bright eyes. Then we'll roll your gaze around, just rolling the eyeballs in the sockets. You want to make a big circle, and then we'll look the other way, rolling the eyes in a full circle, right to left, left to right. And coming back to center, we'll practice with a little focusing exercise. So we start again with opening the eyes wide. Then roll your gaze up towards the sky. Then from here, we'll move your gaze to the tip of your nose. So looking at something a little more proximal, a little close by. Then you'll turn your gaze up towards the sky and back down towards your nose. Try to focus on the tip of your nose. And we open the eyes wide, looking up towards the sky and focusing back towards the tip of the nose. We'll do this 2 more times. Opening the eyes wide, look your gaze towards the sky. Then shift your focus to the tip of the nose. Last time here, let's open, look up, and look down towards the tip of your nose. Nice. So you can just close your eyes here. If it feels good, you could gently rub your eyes. Nice and easy though. Just allowing the muscles around your eyes to relax. And as you feel ready, we'll move into some head and neck rolls. So you can just begin by lowering your right ear to your right shoulder. Roll your chin down through center and rolling your head towards the left, And we'll look all the way up and roll it back to the right. So you can take your time here, but really feel the stretch along your neck as you roll your head and invite a little movement into the spine, stretching out any tight places. Then you can begin to make your way in the other direction, rolling your head towards the right first, and up and back and over to the left, slow and steady. Notice if one direction of movement feels different or more challenging. Just taking your time to really feel it. And as you come back to center, you can let your head float on top. And then from here, we're going to move into a tabletop position. So making your way onto your hands and knees. We'll stack your hands underneath your shoulders and align your knees underneath your hips. From here, we'll move into a few rounds of cat and cow, just warming up the spine. Let's inhale your breath, lift your heart, curl your tailbone high. Then we'll exhale to round your spine, scooping your belly in, curl your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, and stretch. And then inhale to roll it open. Lifting through your heart, lifting through your tail. Stretch your belly. Then exhale and curl it in, rounding through your spine. Press into the earth to stretch your spine up towards the sky. Get a nice big curve in the spine. Then we'll inhale. Open your heart. Lift your gaze. Lift your tail. Then exhale. Curl it in. We'll begin to make your way back to neutral. Lengthening your spine here. You can step your knees back an inch or two. Then curling your toes under, we'll begin to make your way back into a downward facing dog. Now you can take your time getting there. And as you soften into your shape, you can pedal out your knees, bending one knee and then the other, stretching into the backs of your legs. Take your time. Let your body warm up gently. Use your breath to help you soften, inviting more space and more length into the muscles. And then we'll settle for a moment of stillness here in your downward facing dog. Spread your fingertips wide, pressing firmly into the earth. Then reach your hips high, extending through your spine, and feel that stretch down the backs of your legs. Then we'll slowly begin to make your way forward, walking your feet towards the top of your mat. You can take your time, taking one step at a time, and gently making your way forward to fold over your legs. Then you can separate your feet hip width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider, allowing you to fold forward. You can bend into your knees as much as you need to allow your upper body to really let go. Try to relax the back of your neck so we can carry a lot of tension in the neck. If you are looking at the floor, your neck is not relaxed. So go ahead and drop the crown of your head down, so your gaze will be back between your two legs. That's how you know the back of your neck is relaxed. So we just feel the length of the spine here. Then pressing into the earth, let's inhale and lift your heart halfway up, extending through your spine. Then exhale, fold your body down. And on your next inhale, we're going to come all the way up to standing. You You can circle your arms up towards the sky. Then exhale, bringing your hands to prayer position at your heart. Now, as we are focusing on the third eye, we can really bring our awareness to the focus of our eyes, and that is what we call drishti, or the focus of the gaze. So we're going to move through a sun salutation here, and as we do, be aware of the focus of your eyes. So starting from your standing position, your eyes can look a few feet out in front of you, or you can gaze down to your fingertips for more of an internal gaze. Then as you inhale, circle your arms up towards the sky. You can look your gaze up towards your fingertips. Then we'll exhale and fold your body down, tracking your gaze all the way down until you fold. And remember, your gaze will look back between your two legs. Inhale to lift your spine halfway up, extending your gaze forward towards the front of your mat. Then we exhale and fold back into your forward fold. Then plant your hands onto your mat and step your feet back to a plank pose. Then here, again, your gaze can be forward towards the front edge of your mat, but try not to lift your head. We want to feel length along the back of your neck. Then you can lower your knees down to the floor for some support in this Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll prepare with an inhale to lift your heart up. Then exhale, bend into your elbows and lower halfway for the full exhale. Then release your belly to the floor. You can bring the tops of your feet down, and we'll prepare for our cobra pose where your gaze will roll up towards the sky. So lift the tops of your shoulders, squeezing your upper back. Then inhale your breath and curl your heart up towards the sky. So you peel and lift through your heart. Now you can look your gaze straight forward, or you can begin to lift your chin, looking up towards the sky. Then curl your toes under, and we'll begin to make your way back into your downward facing dog. Being mindful of your gaze as you shift. Lift your hips high, open through your chest and shoulders, and your gaze will be back towards your big toes. So following that gaze intensifies your focus in the practice. So practicing and working with that drishti, that internal focus, is a very, very powerful tool. Let's slowly walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. You can watch your feet as they come forward. We'll inhale, lift halfway, extending your gaze towards the front of your mat. Then exhale, release, and fold. Then we'll rise to stand, tracking your gaze as you rise. Then as your arms circle up towards the sky, you can look up towards your hands and exhale, coming back to your prayer position, looking down to your fingertips. Notice how working with that gaze affects the flow of your practice. And from here, we're going to begin to move into some balancing poses. So balancing can be a challenge on many levels, but working with that focus, that drishti, can really help to establish a firm foundation in our balancing poses. So let's get ready for the challenge. So starting from your standing position, we'll begin balancing on the left foot. So shift your weight over into that left foot until you can feel that you're supporting all of your body weight. Spread your toes wide and anchor your toes down into the mat. Then from here, we're going to bend into that standing leg and cross your right leg over your left. So you're crossing at the thighs. Then our goal is to hook the right toes around the back of your left calf. Now that's a pretty tight squeeze, so if that's not happening for you today, you can just cross at the thighs. And if you're really practicing your balance, if you're new to balancing poses, you can dig the right toe down into the floor to help support your weight as you balance. Eventually, we'll practice lifting the right toes and eventually hooking the right toes behind your left calf. Then bring your right arm underneath your left, crossing at your elbows. And again, you can either bring the backs of your hands together or cross at the forearms, bringing your palms to touch. And we balance in eagle pose. Now your thumbs can come right against your third eye, in that space between your brow, and you'll look your gaze past your wrists. And from here, we'll unwind. Extend that right leg back behind you, coming into Warrior 3 position. So now the left leg goes straight. So extending your right leg behind you, you want to look your gaze down and out, straight to the floor in front of you. Finding that balance. We'll slowly begin to reach your right toes down to the floor. Spin your right heel flat. Extend your arms, coming into Warrior 2 position. Now again, we're working with the gaze. Look beyond the reach of your fingertips, looking far out along the horizon. Lunge deep into that left leg. Then flip your left palm to the sky. We're going to reverse your warrior pose, tracking your gaze as your fingertips reach up and over. Breathing slow and steady, we stretch the side body open. Then slowly make your way back to your warrior position, tracking your gaze with your hand. Then bring your right hand onto your hip. Reach your left fingertips to the floor. We're going to shift your weight back into that left foot, extending your right leg up and back behind you. So by now, that standing left leg may be getting very exhausted, very tired and fatigued. You can always take breaks when you need to, but stay steady. Trust yourself, work into it. Your gaze can be down at the floor as an entry level. Make sure that your right leg is straight and strong. As you feel more secure in your balance, you can begin extending your right fingertips to the sky. And then, final challenge, we can actually begin to rotate the gaze up towards that right thumb for maximum challenge. Then release your right fingertips to the floor. Kick your right heel to the sky. Take a quick little standing split here. Stretch. Then gently release the right foot down. Coming back into your forward fold. Let's take an inhale to lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale to release and fold your body down. And then we'll inhale to rise, circling your arms all the way up towards the sky. You can trace your gaze with your hands. And exhale, gently bringing your hands to prayer position. Then we'll prepare for the second side. You can start by bringing your hands on your hips or keeping your hands at that prayer position. We're going to shift your weight over into the right foot, then start to bend down into the right knee. Then we'll cross your left ankle or cross your left leg over your right knee. And we'll practice hooking the left toes behind your right leg. Now again, if that's not happening today, you can hug your legs side by side or possibly even ground the left toe down into your mat. So you have some options along the way as you're building into your practice. Then we cross the left arm underneath the right, twisting at the forearms, bringing your hands to touch. Now, if that's not happening for you, you can bring the backs of your hands together, and that's great. The thumbs can come to touch at the third eye, and your eyes will focus just beyond your wrists. Settling into your pose for 3, 2, 1. Let's unwind, and we'll begin to extend the left leg back behind you. So if you're already feeling tired here, take a break if you need, but challenge yourself to see if you can push through. Use that focus, that gaze, to help you stay present with the pose. Balancing here. And we'll slowly begin to transition to that warrior 2, letting your left toes come down. You'll spin your left heel down to the floor, then open and extend your arms out to the side, tracking your gaze beyond your right fingertips, looking out beyond the horizon. Flip your right palm to the sky, and we'll begin to reverse the position, tracing your hand with your gaze, following with your eyes. As you reach up and over, stretching the side body open. And we'll slowly make your way back, coming back to your warrior position, following with your eyes. Now we're moving to our standing crescent pose. You can bring your left hand onto your hip. Then we'll reach your right fingertips to the floor, touching the right fingertips down. Slowly begin to shift your weight forward into the right foot. And if it helps, you can take a step forward with your left foot. Shifting your weight into the right leg, begin to lift the left leg up and back behind you. Now the gaze is down at the floor. You can find a solid point on the floor that's not moving. And as you focus intently with your gaze, the balance becomes a lot easier. The next step in the challenge is to extend your left fingertips to the sky, really opening up the shape. And as you're ready, you can extend your left hand back down to the floor, lift your left heel high for a stretch, and release your foot down, coming back into your forward fold. Take a moment here. You can bend your knees right and left, just gently stretching out the backs of your legs, letting it relax. Coming back into your forward fold. And let's slowly rise all the way to stand. Circling your arms up overhead, reach to the sky. Looking your gaze up towards your hands, you can exhale, drawing your hands back down to your heart. From here, let's go ahead and take a seat. So just settling down into a seat, and take this time to relax. And if it feels good to you, you might choose to lay down, take a full Shavasana. Wherever you are, however you choose to relax, go ahead and close your eyes. Softening into your breath, Feel the warm tingles of your body. And smile to yourself. There may have been moments that felt like you might not make it through. But here you are, on the other side of the practice. You can smile to yourself in honor of your hard work. And as you sit, even with your eyes closed, roll your eyes towards your third eye. And so you can imagine looking at your third eye. And as you do, visualize a deep, glowing, indigo blue light radiating in the center of your head. Tuning in to that third eye chakra, opening up this channel of energy, working with our gaze, working with balance, with focus. We invite the energy of the third eye chakra to open. Close our practice today with a little mantra to help support the energy of this chakra. So you can repeat this silently or aloud, this little mantra to help you through the day. I trust myself. I listen to my inner voice. I am guided by inner wisdom. I trust myself. I listen to my inner voice. I am guided by inner wisdom. I trust myself. I listen to my inner voice. I am guided by inner wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to guide you in this practice. Be patient and gentle with yourself as you work your way up to some of these challenges. Take your time. Do what you can. Trust yourself. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you as we continue our journey and explore the crown chakra. Namaste.